Hey everyone, hello all, and thank you for joining me on my channel today. This is Shayna from Kaiyuni Kreations. I just want to share with you what we're going to make today. Now, first of all, I want to thank all of those who joined us last week and those who subscribed. I appreciate that very much. And today we're going to do a new project. So I'm looking at these adorable note cards, gift card holders, note card holders that we have. And I just want you to see there is a Thanksgiving theme on it. It says give thanks in all you do, and it's from 1 Thessalonians 5:18. And we have, the beautiful design out here, and inside this is where you will stick your gift card or a little note that you want to give to someone. And they do come with these envelopes, which we're going to make as well. It's a pretty easy craft. And let's get started. To start with that, first of all, the materials that I used. So I used this Spice Market craft paper. I got these from Hobby Lobby. Beautiful fall colors. And then we have this, the Autumn Strolls, a 12 by 12 paper pad by Die Cuts with a View. And as you can see, beautiful colors in here. So these are some of the ones, you'll see them as we go by, some of the ones that I used. All right, for those of you who are interested in that. And then we use a little bit of glitter paper for accents. I also use these confetti pieces. Now, they're originally designed to be confetti, but you know how we do it here. You can, repurpose them and use them, for whatever you need. So we're going to incorporate some of these in there. I put these on the front. Now these are cupcake toppers, or cupcake picks, as they say here. But we're not going to be using them for cupcakes. We're going to use them in our design. So these are the pumpkins. And then this one I thought was pretty adorable. It's a little pickup truck, one of the old pickup trucks with all the harvest vegetables in the back, the pumpkins, and so on. So we're going to sort of repurpose them and use them for a different reason. And let's get started with our card. Now the card here that I have, it's actually 4 inches by 3 inches. So we're going to go ahead and get our scoreboard out and cut that out. We need 6 inches to fold it over in half. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And we're going to put these aside. So all you need to do with this here, you can score it if you want to, but we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. Make sure it lines up completely. Flip it over here, fold it in half again. And you do want to, if you have one of these, you want to burnish it, make sure it lies there nice and flat. So that's how, we have our little size. If you put it back here, you'll see it's about the same size. So we're going to set that aside for a minute. Now we need to get our cover. I am going to use a slightly different design from the old one. So I've already cut out these tiles. This one's the same 3 by 4 to go across the front here. And then we're going to put this one, right, the harvest fruit to go with the trucks out front. We're going to go ahead and put those inside here. And I'm going to use wet glue, because that actually works. You can use a tape if you want to. That is fine. But we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way. So we are, and this is beautiful on this side too. They always make you choose. So we're going to go ahead and put some glue here. Just make sure you cover everywhere. And just line it up carefully, and feel free to open it out and line it up so that it covers. The cream cardstock I'm using is actually by Recollections. Michael's has them, and this is the 110-pound paperweight. It is a little bit sturdier, so that's why I like these for this purpose. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here. Just make sure you get that glue all over. And you line it up. Now, even if a bit laps over, never mind. You're going to cut those off. So just make sure it lies flat. Go ahead and spread that glue around. And leave it there for a second. So we're going to close it. You're going to get some of this here. Not to worry. We're just going to trim it off. I'm going to use the scissors. Got it. So it's nice and lined up now. Now we do want to cut out a little semicircle there, and for that I used a 2-inch punch. And what I did was I measured down about just an inch, half an inch, and an 1/8. So right there, it's not far in. And any measurements I use, I will have them down below for you. And you want to see what you're doing. So you go ahead and you slip this in here. I don't know if you can see the paper mark, the pencil mark, but I can. Make sure it's all lined up. Line it up here. And we're going to clip. There. Inside. So for our little pocket in here, we're going to do the pocket now. I've already cut out a square from our Spice Market paper, and it's 3 inches by 2.5. And to get that fancy border, I used a fleur-de-lis edge punch, and you can get these at any one of your craft stores. And this is where I'm lining it up, if you can see that. Well, more confetti. And you get it back in there again, line it up again. Like so. So now you have this, and you can trim off any ends that you want, that's fine. I'm going to put that on the inside. And you're just going to glue around the edges and stick that down there. Now, and for us to do this in here, I'm going to show you how I did that. Let's put this punch away. I used, this is an ornate square punch by Martha Stewart. I have had this for years. I don't know if they're still making it, but I'm sure you can find it online. But I'm going to go ahead and use this here. It's pretty simple to use. It is magnetic, so it holds it there. And carefully line it up with the edge. Just check, make sure you have the design there with your paper. Go ahead and put that down there. And then we're going to push it up. And that's it. I think we're actually, as pretty as this side is, we're going to go ahead and use the pink or the salmon side because it goes with some of the fruit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. And you've got more confetti here for later. So I'm going to carefully trim the square out. It's not fair that they make you choose which side you want on these papers. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue there. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put it at an angle. And I think that is straight. And we're going to let that sit for a while. We're going to come back later and put the leaves on in here. I got glue on my fingers. And let's work on the outside now. So while we keep that down, I'm going to trim this off. Oh, so we got some excess here. So we're going to trim that off and start work on this. So we're going to put a leaf down first. And again, if you have a paper punch like this, feel free to use that. But you can also just cut it out from a shape if you have that. I've got extra glue on my hand. So we're going to go ahead and fix this down here like so. Slightly at an angle. Make sure that glue spreads out. See, this is the other side. I'm going to go ahead and put this across. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure that I had my piece of confetti in there. So we're going to go with an acorn. Just a little dab of glue. I'm actually going to stick it down here and get it in there so I can see where it goes. I hope you can see that. So we're going to stick it down. So that's where I want it to go. I'm going to hold for a quick second. While that dries, I'm going to go ahead and get this little ribbon on here. Make sure it lines up. That looks about right. Woo. Get that down there. Any excess glue, just pick it up with a paper towel. The glue dries clear, so not to worry. We let that set for a minute. And now we have our toppers, cupcake toppers, and I just kind of laid it at an angle across here. So again, you could always repurpose stuff that you buy. It doesn't have to be used for the purpose it was made. I'm going to cut a little piece off. So that's the angle. I kind of like that angle. We're going to go with that. And the heart, I cut this out from the copper glitter paper. You can use a heart punch. It's about 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. I use this die from Recollections, and I use the second heart from the middle here. And that's the size measurement. So I'm going to kind of just put this in place like this. And then we're going to have a little red, same red glitter foam that I used. And I have like a little punch that I used to make this here. So we're going to go ahead and glue these in place. I'm going to use some adhesive foam dots to help me get those in place. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down here at the back. And put this in place and then get the heart and everything down. So you've got the glue foam dots there. Sorry, the adhesive foam dots. You get your angle right. And just let it stick up a little bit. Yep, let's put it there. So that's going to stay there for a while. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of dots on the heart as well. And just a little bit of glue at the bottom. So remove the backs and set that in place. Make sure it lines up with the little stick in there. Stick that down the top and just hold the heart, the tip of the heart down for a couple of seconds. Ooh. We're holding. And you can see it is all coming together. We have all the lovely fall colors or the autumn colors, depending on which part of the globe you're in. The confetti gives it a nice bit of shine. You have a little bit of glitter here, and then, you know, the deep colors. And I pulled all the colors from the little topper there. The browns for the truck, the browns and the coppers, the yellows, the oranges, the greens. So that's where I was heading with that. And just a little splash of red. Put that in the center there. And again, the glue will dry clear, so not to worry too much about that. And then I have my adhesive dots. This is from Studio 12. I have had these forever. I don't know if you're going to find this exact one still, but I believe I'd gotten them from Joann's. As you can see, I'm still working my way through them. But we're going to use the two smaller ones. I'm just put two of these down. I do want to put a little bit of glue here because I've had them so long, so I don't know the strength of the adhesive. Ooh. And this is where I need that little tool for this. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that one down there like that. And we're going to get the second one in there. Just a little dot, nothing much. And put that one down there. You can move them around, put them in place. And just let that dry. And while we're still on that, I'm going to go ahead and get my confetti out for inside. And I think for this one here, well, actually I did take it out already. We're going to use just the one piece. Keep up with that copper theme. So I'm going to put this inside it to get a little bit of shine in here. And put that down there like that and let that dry. Just hold it in place for a quick second. And this is our note card. You know, you can put your gift card in there or your little note in there. And here you go. And that did not take long. And now that we have just finished making this lovely gift card holder, and I want to get a good look inside, I'm going to bring the others out that I made earlier from this set. So we have here 4 of them. And then over here, these were the ones that I showed you initially. As you can see, these were not hard to make at all. Now in my next video, what we're going to do is make envelopes for each one of these, as well as a box to put them in so that you can give them as a gift to someone who can in turn bless others with gift cards, or you can give them out yourselves in envelopes. So next video, we're going to look at that to make coordinating envelopes and boxes for these gift cards. I'm going to give you a last quick look. You have the two together. And once again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.